Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. This week I decided that I wanted to draw a Pokemon, so I decided to draw Ponyta. Now recently, someone I watch here on YouTube, I was watching one of her toy unboxing videos, and she happened to be unboxing Pokemon cards. And as she was flipping through them, kind of showing what she got, she came up to what I call a Pony-taw and pronounced it Ponyta, which led me to go on Google and actually search what the correct pronunciation of it is, and I guess it is Ponyta? Am I the only one who's been saying Pony-taw their entire lives? Because I was like, well, it's a pony, like a little horse, so it should be Pony-taw? I don't know. Comment down below if you say Ponyta or Ponyta? I'm gonna keep calling it Ponyta because it's what I've said my whole life. It's what I said when I got my very first Game Boy Color, so meh. But anyways, so I've been doing a lot of cartoony stuff lately, and I kind of wanted to do something more realistic, which is kind of counterproductive because I drew a cartoon Pokemon. But I did it more in a realism style, and I really like it. I think it's really interesting to draw Pokemon in more of a realism way because they are cartoons, so it's like a whole different view of them when you see them drawn as though they were living in the real world. The one discovery I did make while doing this is that coloring fire is very hard. You don't realize just how difficult something can be until you go to color it with Copics, and then you're like, well, okay, how do I do this? Because trying to figure out how to draw what I see instead of what I want to see. And what I mean by this is that actually everybody has a blind spot in their vision. There is a part of our eye that does not see the world. So essentially, to make up for this, our brain actually imagines what the world should be based on what we can see. So for instance, if you're looking at a reference photo and you look at it one time, depending on where you look, when you look again, it might not be the same. So really acknowledging that and being aware of the fact that maybe you're drawing what your brain sees instead of what's actually on the paper is really a useful tool for artists to acknowledge and really train themselves to overcome. But back to the drawing. Recently I got a set of Prismacolor pencil crayons / colored pencils, depending on where you live / where you came from, and they have really soft leads in them, so I'm finding that I'm running through them very quickly, and I really wanted to make the background of this picture almost like a pure black, and I didn't really have anything to do it with. I actually don't have a black Copic marker, and I think using Sharpie, it kind of leaves that like shiny purpley metallic tone when you use it, and I thought that would have been really ugly, and I only own cheap acrylic paints, so I knew if I tried to paint it black it was going to turn out chalky. So I've seen a few YouTubers actually use paint thinner on their pencil crayons to kind of smooth out the pigment. As you know, I have this alcohol, so I took a piece of scrap paper and I was like, what the heck? So I laid down a small circle of the pencil crayon and I threw alcohol on top of it, and lo and behold, I think it works pretty much the same as paint thinner, except a lot cheaper. So I was like, yes, I'm not going to waste all of my pencil crayons filling in this background. One of the other things I struggled with while doing this was actually the color of Ponyta's skin. I really only had one light colored Copic that wasn't a peachy tone, which is my E41. And actually before I started doing this drawing, it was basically dried out. And then when I was done drawing this drawing, it's now 100% dried out. But you know, markers running out is just something you deal with, especially if you use your markers a lot, which I have come to do. So you just kind of go with the next color up and you spend a lot of time with your colorless blender, and I think I made it work. Despite all that, I'm happy with how things turned out and how I did things, and yeah, it's just a nice little drawing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more work that I do. I post new videos every Wednesday and every Saturday. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. and I'm trying to perfect the technique of making Copics look like watercolors because I think that's really awesome. So in this week's video, I just made simple roses. I wanted them to be really abstract and not have a lot